Senator Shaheen and then Senator Duckworth.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Young, as you can see, there's a great deal of concern about how this administration is complying with the rule of law in this country. And that goes with respect to how the military, how it is expecting the military to operate. As you heard, we had a classified briefing on the strikes in South America, and we requested two pieces of information that we are still waiting to see. One is the list of groups that the president claims that we are in armed conflict with, and the other is a decision by the Department of Justice that basically authorizes the administration's basis to take those actions in South America. Have you seen that DOJ opinion?
Yes, Senator, I have.
And is that consistent with the opinion that has been provided to the Department of Defense?
Senator, the Department of Justice Office of Legal Counsel opinion was derived through an interagency lawyers working group with the CIA, the State Department, White House Counsel, Department of Justice, Department of Defense General Counsel, chairman's legal uniformed judge advocates were part of that decision, and the Office of Legal Counsel has issued an opinion on that, ma'am.
Well, given that everybody seems to be very comfortable with that, don't you think it would be a good idea to share that with Congress?
Senator, that's not within my discretion to share. I know that as that question has been asked before in other contexts of other strikes, if you go back to the Obama administration, for 9 years they did not share their legal basis for the manner in which they did the strike. But
be frank.
Yes, Senator.
And I don't think the inappropriate behavior of other administrations should guide inappropriate behavior in this administration.
No, Senator, I don't disagree. It's a matter of the discretion of the President under his Article II authority releasing that information to the Congress. At this point in time, it's not within my control in the current position that I'm in.
Well, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Reed, I would again ask that the committee officially request both that legal opinion and the list of terrorist organizations that we are supposed, according to the President's executive order, at war with.
Your request is noted.
Thank you. Mr. No, I share the view that you just expressed that I think has been pretty consistent on a bipartisan basis among both Democrats and Republicans in Congress, that the biggest threat to the United States, both militarily and economically, is the People's Republic of China. And can you, so I am troubled by the fact that there is appears to be an inconsistent strategy that's coming out of this administration with how to address that. So, for example, you talked about the importance of our allies and partners, which I think we would all agree with, and yet what kind of message does it send to our ally Australia that after they have committed significant contributions to AUKUS, that we are still fooling around, especially given the time constraints that you talked about with respect to submarine production, that we are still fiddling around with a review that should have been done months ago. Is it consistent to think that our allies can count on us when that's how we behave? I would point to India, which has been one of the strongest bulwarks against China in many ways, and yet the relationship with India has been undermined by the tariff regime of this administration in ways that question whether we can count on the partnership of India to stand up on China when they are taking action in the Indo-Pacific region. So how do you justify the inconsistencies in the policy of this administration and how that's making us safer and more secure?
Senator, on the AUKUS review, I will just note that both Australia and the United Kingdom also conducted AUKUS reviews of their own. Right after Prime Minister Starmer came into office, he ordered Sir Lovegrove to conduct a review of AUKUS.
And is it still ongoing? The review that the United Kingdom is doing?
No, they concluded the review.
Yeah, and is Australia's review still ongoing?
No, it is not,
So
Senator.
I guess my question is, why is it taking us so long? And what kind of message does that send?
Senator, the review started in July of this year, and the department plans to conclude it by this fall.
Well, apropos, and I know I've gone over, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate your giving me the extra time, but apropos the concerns that have been expressed on both sides of the aisle about China, does it not make sense that we should have some urgency about how we're dealing with some of these issues? And that urgency certainly seems to be missing from the department. So I hope that will change if you are approved. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.